Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, I just kind of wanted to get online, and before I go into anything, make sure, guys, that you're drinking your water. Yes, I have my coffee. Purchase your book. I always wear my shapewear. If you don't have a waist trainer or shapewear, you can definitely shop noblegoddess.net. That is my shapewear line. Noblegoddess.net. Not my line, but a couple of shapewear items that I wear myself to kind of keep things tight and snug. But just go, noblegoddess.net. Don't forget to purchase your book also at natashajonagan.com. And I just kind of wanted to get on here a little raw this morning before I log in for work, of course. And hopefully one day God will bless me to be a 24-hour full-time content creator, writer, author. Well, I don't have to work for someone else, but I am blessed to work for GoDaddy.com, and I thank God for this job. There's a lot of things that's going on with the job right now that I don't understand, and maybe that's God moving me in another direction. I've been in sales most of my life, definitely over 15 years. And I've always been at the top of the sales chart, the sales ladder, always in the top 5%. Just great at sales. Even started out great at GoDaddy. But these last 2 months, it's been a challenge. Never have been on a sales job where I saw myself at the bottom of the ranking. That hit me hard, but maybe that's a word from God. I've never been in a position where I didn't have a high commission or a bonus. When I tell you I have not received a bonus for 2 months, that definitely hurts. But I'm not a quitter. I can't quit. I have bills. I have other things that I need to do. Like they said, work your 9 to 5 until your 5 to 9 becomes your full time. And that is my goal. That's where my heart is. I found a book the other day. My words are getting tired right now because I'm getting a bit emotional, but I found a book that I haven't picked up in years. It's a Bible promise book. And I wrote in that book to myself years ago, write, travel, write. And at the bottom of that page, it had 300,000. Now, I don't know what my mindset was then, but I do know that hit me really, really hard, especially what I'm going through on my job. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you all about. I wanted to talk to you about how emotional my day was yesterday, because going through grief, you're going to have some good days, you're going to have some bad days. And I had a very emotional day yesterday just thinking about my son, and the things that he's not here to experience. But I know that he's here with me in spirit, but just not having him here in the flesh, it hurts. I went to a soccer game last night, Christian soccer game, my grandson. And usually I'm good at games, Junior's half brother, he'll come and he'll show up, and his half sisters, they'll show up, and it makes me feel good to have that support. Because Dodie really makes me feel like that Junior is standing right there with me. And Dodie's, he's so big and so stout, just like his father and his brother. I think he's a little bit bigger than Junior, but he wasn't there last night. And, all the parents and all the family and friends that were supporting the soccer players, everybody was in groups and sitting together, even my grandchildren's mother and her mother's husband, and the little group of soccer moms, they were all sitting together, and I was, standing there with them. But when we crossed the field, because they wanted them to go to another field where there was more light. So when we crossed the field, I stood right in front, where I don't know what it's called, the field line, where they have the light, the chalk line. That's where I was standing. And it was so wet, so everybody was just kind of scattered out, but still in those groups, grouped together. And then the other grandmother, she pulls out her little snack bag, and Aaliyah was like, "Oh, here come Granny with all the snacks," and that made me happy too, because usually I'll bring something, but I was so busy trying to get out the door, put the groceries up, get my mom her medication, that I didn't pack anything. So I didn't feel bad, but I was, she was passing out snacks and ice cream, and I think they was eating like potatoes and gravy when I turned around, but they were just having a good time, and I'm just standing there by myself, because usually my son is standing right there with me. When Christian was in football, flag football, then he went to pad football, Junior was always there right beside me. And I felt so alone last night. I left the game in halftime because I didn't want people to see me emotional, and I kept doing my deep breathing. I kept breathing, and I kept looking up, and I kept, trying not to cry, hold myself together. But I couldn't, so I had to leave. But I just want you guys to know it's been almost 4 years, or has it been 4 years since Junior passed? It still hits me sometimes like a ton of bricks that just came down all at once, and it was such a lonely feeling, and I've been feeling alone a lot lately because I take care of my mom. I really had a small circle. Now my circle has even gotten smaller. I don't even think I have a circle anymore. It's just me. The little help that I did have with my mom, she's such a strong personality. They've walked away. And not on their own. It's because of something maybe my mom said to hurt their feelings. I know it's something my mom said to hurt their feelings, or they couldn't get along. But I have no help. My brother, he'll come down, every 3 months or every couple of months to, come on the weekends and help out. But shit, I do more cooking and cleaning up after him. He's not a lot of help. He's a lot of help emotionally because she loves seeing her son. But I cook breakfast, lunch. He'll help, sometimes. And I love our conversations. Don't get me wrong. I love when my brother visits, but it's lonely right now. It's lonely in my life, and I know God has me alone for a reason, and I try to take advantage of that and ask why and study and just, listen to my word, listen to Pastor Keon. I also like to listen to Pastor Hannah. I call him my screaming preacher because, baby, when he go, woo, I know he's saying the word. But Pastor Hannah is so good. And I write Sarah Jakes a lot too. But I want you guys to know that although you're in a season where you're grieving and it comes and goes and you may feel alone, just know it'll pass. You can get through it. But I had a thought this morning to stay in bed and call off for work. Yes, those thoughts run through my mind, but I can't do that. I can't let that email that I got yesterday saying that you have a 0 bonus make me not still get up and do what I need to do. I can't let being emotional and not letting my son, being emotional and being at the game, and the whole ride home I was crying and I had to stop because I couldn't see. I can barely see, and I can't wear my readers when I drive. So it was just very emotional, and it felt like Junior was literally sitting in that back seat with me. But to have him in the flesh and to hug him again and to give our cheek to cheek kisses like we used to do when we're leaving each other, I miss that. I miss that. I miss him coming over screaming, Nathaniel! I don't know why Junior called me Nathaniel, honey, but that was his nickname for me, Nathaniel. Wherever that came from, I don't know. But I was either Ma or Nathaniel. And every time his brother Dodie calls me Ma or sends me a text and say, Ma, how you doing? I cherish that because he has a piece of Junior in him also. They share the same blood, so it feels like that it's my son saying, hello, Ma. How you doing, Ma? I love you, Ma. What you doing today? And I just want you guys to know that it's okay to cry. It's okay to have your moments. But you still got to get up, and there's still life, and you still got to do what you need to do. Just have that moment and don't sit in it. Because I could have very well much stayed in my bed this morning. I could have very well went and gave my mom her medicine, cooked her breakfast, got right back in bed. I could have did all those things. I could have not done anything for her. But I know that there's still a life that I have to live. Although the pain can get so unbearable at times, I know that my God has a plan for me. And I just got to keep walking. I got to keep walking it out. I thank you guys, the ones that have pre-ordered the book. I see some shipments are going out. The official launch is May 26th because that's Junior's birthday. And of course I want to launch it on his birthday. But you guys, lift me up. Keep me in your prayers. And I rebuke everything that the devil is trying to do. Because I stand in power. I stand in love. And I stand in the fact knowing that God has my back and God has a bigger plan. So just know, you're not fighting alone. And you're not going through what you're going through alone. Although it feels like you're alone. And I feel alone most of the time. But I keep going. I keep finding things to fill those lonely moments. I gotta get off here and get to work, y'all. Get ready for work anyway. But you guys have a great day. Oh, that little light thing keeps messing up my glasses. But you guys have a great day. I'm gonna have a great day in Jesus' name. Because I know he has a bigger plan for me. And he has a bigger plan for you too. Just keep walking. Keep getting up. Keep going.